according to ACOG, a standard of treatment. We also want to highlight what those implications are when child welfare gets a report from a hospital about a prenatally exposed infant. The Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act is clear about appropriate referrals are to be made to Child Protective Services for child protection and appropriate services to ensure that the infant's needs are being met. It's important to recognize that that does not immediately say that that should be construed or to establish a definition under the federal law of what constitutes child abuse or neglect, but that there is a requirement when these infants are identified that there is a plan of safe care for the infant who's born and identified as being affected by illegal substance abuse or withdrawal or fetal alcohol spectrum. That's the important part, we think. Both the reporting, understanding how many infants that you are intervening with, and ensuring that there is a plan of safe care for that infant and their family. So if all of those things are standards of care and there's knowledge about how to manage infants with neonatal abstinence syndrome, why are there so many barriers to just implementing this in practice? We found in this work group that has been advising us over the past year that the variation in response in child welfare can be state to state, county to county, and sometimes worker to worker based on their ability to collaborate with their treatment agencies about their own knowledge about practice gaps and how they get women into treatment and to get neonatologists that understand the management with NAS. All of those conditions about ensuring that the treatment resource is there for women and their children, and the medication availability in some regions of our country in which that's not available to pregnant women at the kinds of numbers that we should be providing. So those barriers to best practices, as we have worked with this group and are pleased that there will be guidance coming out to states and communities about developing this collaborative approach so that women with opioid use are identified during pregnancy, that they are engaged in prenatal care, medical care, substance abuse treatment, and other needed services, and that a case plan and plan of safe care for the mother and the baby is developed. And ideally, that would have